Morning folks, Dave Canterbury at the Pathfinder School. What I wanted to do today was discuss snowshoes. The weather we're having here in Ohio makes it very conducive today, at least, to wear snowshoes to check my trap line. We've had probably 10 inches of snow, maybe a little bit more than that over the last 24 hours, and snowshoes are a critical piece of kit for deep snow. The snowshoes that I have are commercial made snowshoes. I wanted to discuss them with you in the bindings as well to show you why I like them, why I prefer them over other type snowshoes. I've done videos in the past on how to make snowshoes. You can refer back to those videos. I'll try to put a link on this video to that one as well. And this is not a thing that we sell on our website. It's not a sales pitch of any kind. I just want to show you the snowshoes that I use, that I keep in my kit for days like today, and why I prefer them. So stay with me and we'll get started, guys. Okay guys, so what I thought we'd do today is we talk a little bit about snowshoes real quick, only because I'm going to have to use them to check my trap line today. I only need snowshoes about once every couple of years for maybe a week at a time in southeast Ohio. We just don't get that much snow, but we did get a really good 8 to 12 probably within the last 24 hours starting last night. Still snowing a little bit out there today. Supposed to get a little bit more, I believe, tomorrow. Then it's supposed to warm back up and it'll probably all be melted again. For the time being, I'm going to have to wear the snowshoes because the precept of a snowshoe is that it increases your footprint. It increases the surface area that you were stepping when you walk across the snow. So instead of post-holing down into the snow and having to pull your boot out of that deep snow every time to put another foot down, you basically are pressing on top of the snow with this wider footprint, spreading out your surface area of your weight, spreading out the surface area of your foot so that you can walk more comfortably through the snow. Now, the snowshoes that I'm wearing are Iverson Snowshoes, and in my mind these are the best snowshoes made for a traditional type snowshoe, and these are a very traditional snowshoe. They're a wood frame. These happen to have rubber webbing in them. You can buy Iverson Snowshoes with the rawhide type webbing inside them. They're quite expensive. These I traded for, and I haven't had the reason to upgrade because I don't need snowshoes that often. So these have worked out very well for me. I like the Iverson Snowshoe for the traditionalism of it. I like the wooden snowshoe. The bindings I'd like to have in rawhide, obviously, for traditionalism, but the rubber has done everything I needed to do, so I'm not complaining about it. Now, what's important with the snowshoe is once you have a good snowshoe, you definitely need a good binding for that snowshoe. And these Bob Mackie bindings are very ingenious bindings in that they're just basically made out of rubber. And the way they work is you have got a loop that pulls out and goes over the heel of your foot, and your toe box just goes inside this folded piece of rubber, and then the binding is tied directly to the shoe. So that allows you, every time you lift your foot up, the snowshoe does this, which it has to do, so that when you pick it up, the toe raises and goes back down, so you're not dragging it through the snow as you're walking. So that's very important. I like the Bob Mackie bindings. They're not too awful expensive. I've seen them before for sale, and they're not too ugly. But they last a long time. They're made out of rubber. They're not going to go anywhere. And if any of these ropes or tie-outs were to wear out, it's easy enough to replace that with any cordage that you have, but you're probably not going to tear up this binding. So let me show you how easy these are to get on and off, because that's another reason I like the Bob Mackie binding so well. Okay, so here's the binding of my Iverson Snowshoe, and again, it's a Bob Mackie binding. Now, the reason I like these bindings so well, again, they're really easy to get on. All I have to do is stretch this back side out, put my foot in the toe box, just like that, and pull it on. That snowshoe's ready to go. And you can see every time I lift my foot up, the toe comes up, and that's what you want in a pair of snowshoes. As far as getting it off goes, again, very simple. Just pull on that hole that's back in the back of that rubber tab, and it slides right off your foot. So they're very easy to get on and off. That's another reason I like these Bob Mackie bindings so well.